morning, everybody. That's right, we are live on my way to work for the day. Latest Blackburn Rovers soccer tees with Blackburn Rovers. We are talking about a live talk about Tyler Morton, of course, a name that has been linked with Blackburn Rovers today, of Liverpool, young gun, of course, young gun supremo midfield dynamo, and he could be the latest addition to John Dahl Thomason's squad. What we're talking about, a youngster who is available on loan, 19 years of age. He will be 20 come Halloween. Of course, trick or treat around Ewood Park it would be. Jurassic Rovers in the house. Respect. I am driving, so I've got to try and keep my eyes really off the chat, but respect from respecters too for stopping by here to talk about Tyler Morton. Now, Tyler Morton is a youngster. Now, we have gone down this road before. He is, of course, a loanee potentially from Liverpool. Of course, the right way that we did it, of course, snapping up Harvey Elliott. Fantastic season on loan for Blackburn Rovers when that, of course, happened. That his loan from Liverpool turned out to be great. Of course, unfortunately, it was a year where a lot of us, in fact, pretty much all of us, were not able to go to Ewood Park and see Harvey Elliott in action. So then we came back last season. Leighton Clarkson was brought in from Liverpool, but again, didn't really work out for the lad. Even though he is a Blackburn lad, born and bred, it didn't really work out for him. But the aura around Tyler Morton would be a bit of a coup, I think, for Blackburn Rovers. 19 years of age. He has played a handful of games for Liverpool across all forms last season. Whether it was in the Premier League, he has got a couple of games in the Premier League. He has a couple of games in the EFL Cup, and of course, stuff. Doug out football channel in the house. Respect. I can't really see what's going on in the chat, but I am driving because I am live in the middle of central Pennsylvania. We are excited about this potential deal. I did just read, though, that the potential deal is on hold. He has travelled with Liverpool out to the Far East. He was on the bench last night in a game, so we don't know if that's going to actually happen, or I think due to some injuries. It's due to some injuries, the Liverpool team. But I think it's something that we may revisit next time around, or towards the back end of the transfer window. So it's something that looked to be getting a little bit step closer, but unfortunately, no. Meanwhile, of course, there has been an announcement. Gus Williams, excuse me, Gus Williams has been hired as head of recruitment, a role that has been needed pretty much, well, we've known about it for a while now. Mr. Park, of course, formerly of Celtic, was the man who was our head of recruitment, excuse me, for just one season. Last season, he has moved on to pastures new. But this is finally a major piece of the puzzle that we've got. Our director of football, we now have our head coach, and now we have our head of recruitment. So things are starting to shape up off the field. And of course, this is the latest name linked with Blackburn Rovers. Does it get me excited? It gets me a little bit curious because I don't know what I'm going to get. But let's take a little look. Excuse me, I've got the coughs and I'm driving. Will I be doing a match watch? I don't know yet. Because I'm supposed to be going tubing tomorrow, but I don't know what time we're going to go tubing, because if we go early, I know we should be talking about Tyler Morton, but I just want to let you know, I don't know. We'll see. Regardless, Tyler Morton could be our James Garner. James Garner, key part of Nottingham Forest's promotion push last season, a guy who was instrumental in their midfield. If Tyler Morton could come in and do a similar job to that of Garner last season, we may have hit a bit of a jackpot. I don't really know, don't know too much about him. Any Liverpool fans out there, let me know down below. I thought Doug is a Liverpool fan. Correct me if I'm wrong, if you're still with me, Doug, as we're driving onwards to work here. But yeah, it could be a major addition if we could have put it off. Meanwhile, there are other bubbles floating around Ewood Park right now. One of the names last night was breaking. Similarly, could develop even today. Callum Stars would be an absolutely fantastic addition to Blackburn Rovers if we were to pull it off. That's what I'm hearing in the forum. It's kind of gone a little bit subdued in that department right now. So I don't know if somebody may have sparked something that may not have any legs. Meanwhile, Josh Bowler is also a name that's been linked today, and that would be another fantastic addition. A player that was linked with Bournemouth, I think a player that was linked with a couple of high-end championship clubs last season. If we could pull these off, it would be master strokes for John Dahl Thomason's Blue and White Army. But for right here, right now, Tyler Morton is the man. I can't give you too much info on him just now. All I can do is tell you that it is on hold. I think it would have been signed, sealed, delivered if things were a little bit more greener or a little bit more rosy, should I say, Lancashire Rose, over at Liverpool, and they didn't have too many injuries in that area. So right here, right now, he is considered highly by Jurgen Klopp. So that's what gets me a little bit excited. Clarkson not really featuring too much prior, if not at all, for Liverpool prior to his move to Blackburn Rovers. So we got a little bit of a rough end of the stick last season, and a kid that probably wasn't ready for the Championship. Meanwhile, this guy Tyler Morton, again, I'm no genius, I'm not no football statistician, I don't know much about him, if at all any, but he has played games for Liverpool, which means Klopp has some faith in him. Could he be the next Curtis Jones? Can I get in the fucking parking lot? That's the fucking question. I can't get in the parking lot. Today is a good day. I get in the parking lot. We made it, boys. We bloody made it. I'm at work here, guys. So we are getting ready to go to work. We are getting ready for the weekend. Yes, we are in action. Lincoln City. We also we might see Callum Britton make his debut for Blackburn Rovers. Let's get a bit of light on in here so you can see what I'm talking about. But yeah, Bubble, it's just suddenly burst into life. Blackburn Rovers are finally they've woken from the dark ages. They've been sleeping through this transfer window, and all of a sudden, the past 2 or 3 days, things have gotten a little bit exciting, and exciting players that potentially could be game changers. Now I've just recorded my my latest Championship predictions, and I did that with the knowledge of Callum Britton being a Blackburn Rovers player. I didn't bear in mind any of these new faces, new potential signings. So I've given it a sort of a casual prediction for the Rovers, nothing too excited, nothing to get your knickers in a twist about, but middle of the road. But these signings, the bowlers, the Callum Styles, even this young kid Tyler Morton, could push me closer to thinking that we would actually make top 6. Of course, if we can keep the bread of the team here. Of course, we did lose a lot of experience in Darragh Lenihan. We also lost, of course, Ryan Niambi has gone to Wigan. Of course, Big Bad Brereton Diaz. The jury's out on that one. We don't know what's going on. And despite the interest, no firm bids have come in. Rovers are going to stand firm and want a bit of money. I think Rovers are going to either have to up them and give them a new contract, or I don't know, or we're going to get mugged off. We're going to get mugged off for nothing, for peanuts. Meanwhile, of course, since yesterday, I believe the Southampton have made a signing in the attacking department. I know this is a bit weird where I'm going, the rabbit hole I'm going. I thought he signed another one. Yeah, he did. Justin Rose, you are right. He signed. There is an extension for another year, but if he doesn't sign anything now, we don't sell him for 20 odd million, 15 million, he'll go away for free next season, or for like a couple of million in January. So we need to get that sorted out, whether he signs an extended deal with some clauses or something like that, or we get rid. Regardless of that, Southampton have made a signing in the attacking department, which has opened up the doors for an Adam Armstrong loan. Of course, Middlesbrough are getting excited because they've got no beef up top. They've got everything else seem to be organised, but it looks like Adam Armstrong will probably go to the Championship, and will probably go to Middlesbrough and Chris Wilder's boys. And again, if Rovers are interested, they've got to get moving on that. But right here, right now, the talk of the town is Tyler Morton. The talk of the town is, though, that deal is on the back burner for the time being. Will they pursue with another deal today? It is just after, was it coming up to 1 o'clock England time, but for me it's just coming up to 8 o'clock. I've got a busy day of work ahead of me, but I'll keep tabs on the Blackburn Rovers news as and when it breaks. And of course, if you haven't followed me on Twitter already, make sure you do so. And of course, keep an eye out for that Tyler Morton deal, and also anything bubbling with Styles, Bowler. If we can get any more closer on that, that'd be absolutely fantastic. Make sure you subscribe, thumbs up and all that kind of jazz, and I'll see you soon for the next Rover Seas, Sucker Rover Seas, whatever we call it, later on, maybe today, but probably tomorrow. But until then, guys, I'm out of here, and I am live, and I'm in a car parking lot, and I've got to go to work. Ciao, ciao, ciao.